Currently with 105 dislikes, this is my most popular video where I basically told everyone to ignore Warren Buffett's advice that for most people the best thing to do is own the S&P 500 index fund. And I gave my 3 reasons why you could do so much better than what Warren Buffett tells you to do. It's honestly funny because most people only watch 3 minutes 56 seconds of that video, which is right before my explanations. But to give you guys a brief summary, I explained that VOO and other S&P 500 ETFs, they weren't as diversified as you once thought, because tech stocks make up 28.7% when I filmed that video, that has since grown to 29.2%. That's why I advise people to instead invest in sector ETFs. Vanguard actually has 11 for you to choose from, so you can better suit your individual needs. For example, you can buy energy or utilities, or even VYM if you want higher dividends, and you can buy consumer discretionary or information technology for higher growth while also shouldering more risk. And unlike other financial YouTubers who just talk the talk, I'm all about actions and transparency here. So in today's video, I'm revealing my entire stock portfolio, aka how I'll outperform the S&P 500, aka my crazy plan to prove Warren Buffett wrong, aka I hope this video ages well and I don't look like a freaking idiot. Now all of my investments are with M1 Finance, and as I'm recording this video, my total portfolio balance sits at $46,226.43 spread across 7 accounts, each with their unique stock picks and allocations. Which means at an average market return of 10%, my current balance will grow to $807,321.55 by the time I turn 60 years old. But that's if I listen to Warren Buffett and do a simple buy the S&P 500 index fund. And let's face it, I'm trying to become a millionaire by dissing a billionaire over here. So let's just jump right into it with my smallest account, which is $124.05. It's my referrals portfolio that is all in on VUG, which is Vanguard's growth ETF. And none of my own money goes in here. This account is only funded by the referral kickbacks I get whenever someone uses my M1 Finance link in the description below. And so far I've received $110, giving me a profit of $14.05 or a gain of 12.77%. And you'll see VUG a few more times because it's honestly my favorite ETF that has all the growth names that I like to be invested in. Plus it doesn't hurt that it outperformed the S&P 500 by almost 200% since it was created on January 2004. And yeah, past performers don't predict future returns, but I'd rather be invested in growth for those sweet capital appreciation. Which basically explains why VUG also make up 100% of my next account, which is called my credit card millionaire portfolio. And currently down 63 cents or 1%, this account is funded only by my credit cards, whether it's from sign-up bonuses or the cashbacks that I receive. This video goes more in depth, but it's basically a passion project that I started to prove Dave Ramsey wrong, who constantly shouts that he'd never met a millionaire who got rich with credit card points. And my next account, let's jump up to $889.77. This is my savings portfolio, which along with the money I keep in my Yada app, exists as part of my emergency fund. And I started this account last June and it's been depositing $25 every Friday and basically divides that into the 11 Vanguard sector ETFs. And M1 Finance, they let you allocate each position out of 100%, so I'm slightly annoyed that there's 11 sectors, which prevents me from having all these percentages to be the same number. But whatever, 10 of them gets 9% allocation, and the remaining 10% goes to VGT, Vanguard's Information Technology ETF. And because it's a savings account, I'm not expecting this to outperform the S&P 500, seeing how its 5-year performance is 78.78% compared to S&P's 105.29%. But it's currently up $33.27 or 3.89%, so I'm not complaining. And the next portfolio is basically a custodial account for my daughter, but I'm still including it here since it's my money until she turns 18. Titled Eggies, which means child in Korean, it currently has $1,952.37, all from weekly $30 deposits, and it's up $162.37 or 9.07%. And her portfolio of course holds VUG, but it also holds its opposite, VTV, which is Vanguard's value ETF. And the split is currently 96% VUG and 4% VTV. That will be updated on her birthdays, where every year equals to 2% of VTV. So when she turns 3 this March, I'll be bumping VTV to 6%, and by the time Eggy turns 18, the portfolio should be holding 64% VUG and 36% VTV. I will decide then what she wants to do with the money, but I expect a decent drop in my portfolio balance on March of 2037, depending on her decision. Now we only have 3 more accounts left, and I'll explain them together to make things a bit simpler. These are also my largest accounts, made up by my conservative pie with $9,523.89, moderate pie with $9,415.95, and the largest aggressive pie with $24,222.34. And they're all Roth IRAs with the aggressive and conservative pie under my name, while the moderate pie is under my wife's name. And yes, of course I got her permission to invest using her social security number so she can be a golden girl millionaire when she's older. R.I.P. Betty White. Now let's start off with my Republican portfolio, my most conservative pie that holds the Vanguard sector ETFs. And just like I told you guys to tailor your portfolios with sector ETFs, I'm doing the same with this one by investing them at different target allocations. Right off the bat, 40% is split between consumer discretionary and information technology, and these two hold the typical names I love like Amazon, Tesla, and VCR, and Apple, Microsoft, Visa, and MasterCard, and VGT. And another 40% is split equally between these 8 sectors, which lowers the overall returns but offers more stability. And that leaves us with VOX, the Communication Services ETF. And while I originally had this at 20% because it included names I liked like Alphabet, Meta, Disney, and Netflix, it sadly held a lot of legacy giants like Verizon, Comcast, and AT&T that have high dividends but lack future growth prospects. And you guys already know how I feel about dividends, so that's why I broke the rule with VOX and I decided to hold the 4 names I like instead, which is Apple, Disney, Meta, and Netflix at 4% each, and with the last remaining 4%, I threw in a wild card here and I added Costco. And no, this isn't the Joseph Carlson show, but can't deny their $4.99 rotisserie chicken. So anyway, from the $6,850 I funded, the conservative portfolio is up $2,673.89 or 39.03%. And finally, I teased a while back that I made a big change to my investing method, and that's to do with my moderate and aggressive portfolios, because I basically decided to create my own ETFs that are based off of VTI, which is Vanguard's total stock market ETF, and VUG, of course, Vanguard's growth ETF. And let's start off with the moderate portfolio based off of VTI that now holds 50 stocks each at 2%. And I'll scroll down so you can look through them, and I can already hear both individual stock investors and ETF investors, both of you guys yelling at your screen, but hear me out. Like most stock newbies, I started off with safe dividend stocks, then I moved on to speculative stocks I lost some money on, then I moved back to index funds, and now I'm back to individual stocks I've done due diligence on. And that's basically been my investing style before these changes, but I've since realized that while I do enjoy the research aspect, I don't want to spend my days poring over financial documents, while I'd rather be spending that time with my family. And that usually means follow Warren Buffett and go the passive route and buy VOO. But like I said, I hate how they're all market cap weighted and how the top 10 companies make up 30.4%. And that's why I basically created my own equal weighted ETF with these 50 stocks at 2% each. And because I want to keep it passive, I won't be the one picking the 50 stocks. Instead, I'm outsourcing that job to Vanguard, and here's how I'm going to be doing it. First, I go to VTI for this example, click Portfolio and Management, scroll all the way down, and I click on Portfolio Holdings. From here, I sort by market cap, and it's easy as picking the first 50 on the list. And I'm skipping GOOGL because I'll be buying GOOG instead, so I don't need Alphabet to have a 4% weight. But actually, now I say all this out loud, does it sound kinda dumb? Kinda sounds dumb, but hey, that's what everyone's doing when they listen to Warren Buffett and just blindly buying and holding an index fund. But at least with my method, the top 10 only make up 20% and not VOO's current weight of 30.4%. And because most of you know how much I love spreadsheets, here are the 50 stocks that make up my moderate portfolio. And this date is particularly important because Vanguard updates their portfolio holdings every month, and right now my portfolio is holding stocks that were on November's list. So let's update my moderate portfolio to match VTI's December list, and here's what I've changed. AT&T replaces AMD, which is surprising, but it makes sense since AT&T jumped 12.36% compared to AMD's 0.8% gain. And you can also see the switch between the two here as well. Now the only sucky part that I realize is Vanguard seems to have a 15-day or so delay between when they actually update the list compared to the date that they list here. But I'll keep an eye out to make sure I change my holdings as soon as the list gets an update. And basically all of this convoluted plan is repeated with my aggressive portfolio, and because this pie is more growth focused, it is based off of VUG, Vanguard's growth ETF, and as of December 31st, 2021, here are the first 50 stocks on the list. You can see some of them overlapping in both VTI and VUG, but the aggressive portfolio does have more quote-unquote smaller stocks, with the 50th place Equinix having a $67 billion market cap, compared to my moderate pies last place of Texas Instrument with a market cap of $172 billion. One final thing I need to mention about my aggressive portfolio, which adds a bit to the risk factor, is that I'm including the original 23 stocks I held prior to all of these changes. And here they are, and 14 of them are already in the VUG. And this is why I love VUG, because we just have so much in common. But anyway, because my 9 aren't in VUG and I still believe in their long-term growth, I'm bumping these 9 off the list and substituting my own. So that's Airbnb, Coinbase, Uber, Alibaba, Beyond Meat, Otis Worldwide, Ferrari, Block, and Etsy. Congratulations, you guys still made the cut. And just like before, my current portfolio was holding November's list, so let's update it with VUG's December ones in 3, 2, 1. And we sadly have to say goodbye to Moderna and hello to Bookings Holdings, and I'll of course update these portfolio lists when Vanguard does their December change. So there you have it, 7 investment accounts, each with their own holdings and methodologies, that's going to combine like Captain Planet to beat Warren Buffett's beloved S&P 500 index fund. But that's enough talking for one day, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to see how my portfolio performs. But I'll catch you guys all next time with more financial shenanigans.